start at the end of the show if you want to learn about our product of the week, the CD Ajoto, I'm saying that wrong, boot. Some guy named Ricky Brabec comes on and tells you all about the Dakar, or at least his experience with it. And we answer a few of your questions, as well as drill down on why our test riders need to really step up their game. Here's the show. Live from Pahrump, Nevada, this is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, the show where we talk about, let me do my intro and don't interrupt me. Right. We talk about motorcycle and motorcycle-related products. I hope there's sound coming out on the internet. If you're in the chat room, go ahead and let us know if it sounds good. And if it doesn't, we'll blame Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, remember, we're actually live on the show now.
I do remember.
And you're not supposed to talk until I get through all this stuff.
Oh, we have a lot of shit.
It's professional. This is episode number 172, as far as I can tell.
172.
Because I'm going off the sheet that's printed from last week, because evidently our sheets are not currently printed. But the good thing is I'm super stoked you're here with us. It means a lot to me. I actually really do enjoy hanging out and talking motorcycles in this format because I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel like I'm in a cocoon or a bubble. You know what I mean, Matt? Mm-hmm. Cocoon or bubble?
Yeah.
You're not in one of those. I'm
not in one of those right now. I'm kind of in tech hell right now.
That's probably because we went riding today.
You said, I remember I'm quoting you exactly, fuck work, let's go ride.
That's an exact quote.
That's exact quote. And we're paying the price for that right now.
Yeah. Well, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, Speed Toad. Logan never talked when he wasn't supposed to. That's right. That Logan was a much better co-host than you.
Yeah, but he wasn't also producing the show.
So the cool thing about like what I just said, what Matt said that I said, is that I remember when I got hired on as the editor of Dirt Rider magazine, and one of the first things, and it was like, I think it was kind of in the spring or something, and it was one of the first things I had to go meet with all the ad staff and some people. Some of them didn't ride. That's the problem. They didn't get it. But I went in there and they wanted to know who the new editor was. So Sean Finley introduced me. I was the new editor, and I think one of the things I basically said is like, if it's raining and it's good riding weather, don't expect to see me or the staff in the office.
That's awesome.
That went over like a bag of shit.
Oh boy.
So, anyhow, somebody asked me if I identify as a motorcycle guru. Well, I don't know what a guru is, but I do identify as a motorcycle person. So, hey, Paul Neff. I see Paul Neff out there, man, buddy. I see out there. I didn't want to bug him. I know Paul was shooting for a Dakar finish, and I think a sand dune got in his way.
I thought there was also a collision with another rider.
No, that wasn't him.
Oh, okay.
No, I couldn't tell. I haven't talked to Paul, and I know he's been busy. He was in the hospital. I heard him do an interview from a hospital and made the hospital noises. Mm-hmm. And I literally started feeling sick because it didn't sound good.
Oh yeah.
They made, the beeping and the me and hospitals don't go very far, but anyways, good to see Paul on the Instagrams. I think he is actually getting flown back from Saudi, Wednesday, tomorrow. So, hope good, safe travels to you, Paul. Hope you come back and everything glues back together properly. Eric Featherston wants to know what the safe word for the show is.
Dropped frames right now.
Is that what that red dot is?
Yes, that's
tuning some settings up
on right now. That's probably why the computer was screaming at us earlier. Well,
anyways, M. Mitchell on Instagram wants to know, Jimmy, wondering how medical bills are handled in Saudi, etc. Wondering, about the man Paul Neff will spend on getting home. So I don't know Paul's particular situation and stuff like that, but I'll tell you that the organization, like generally part of your registration or it's something you can purchase when you're going through the scrutineering, is some additional insurance. I know a lot of us, we have in conjunction with some of our trackers through these things like Mercier or MedJet, There's supplemental insurance that we carry to, if you are in a hospital or something, you can get transferred back. And it has a lot to do with how doctors rate you as far as needing to have this done and stuff. So there's those kind of insurance things. And I'm not sure on anybody's specific plans or how they have stuff set up, but those are just the different ways that you can do it. I know, a lot of times your medical insurance doesn't work in foreign countries. It's a hard time to find out, but we'll see. Like some of those supplemental problems. And Paul gave us a thumbs up and a thanks, guys, which is good. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that means he's healthy. Anytime I get a thumbs up, I think it's good.
Yeah, that's good to hear, and can't wait to have him out here riding again.
Exactly. It'll be, I'm sure he just wants to get home right now.
Yeah, that sounds brutal.
I in my Dakar folly experiences, like he went farther than I did my first year, so good on him for doing that. Mm-hmm. I just got the shits. I got diarrhea and almost died.
Jesus, like dysentery? No,
he just dehydrated. Mm-hmm. And it was just welcome to Africa. Here's our food. It doesn't agree with your stomach, and now you're gonna flow like a stream, which I did. I think I drank 7 liters of water the night before I almost died of dehydration.
Oh wow!
And so I ended up having to get out of there, and I wasn't in very good shape, but at least I was mobile, easy to move around and stuff for the most part. Other than I was just ridiculously dehydrated and trying to come back. So. There's different. They say the real Dakar begins when your Dakar ends. I don't know if it's the same as it is. It's different times, good times. So, anyhow, everybody enjoyed Paul's story and stuff like that. Carry a corn cob for diarrhea is the Mexican curse. Says, guess who?
Oh, it's not Victor?
Victor.
So Victor's on our Facebook and your Instagram.
He's probably got he's a Mexican dude. He's probably got 6 different devices because he's got to, see how the jobs are coming in from the different things and whatever. But good to see you, Victor. Good to see all of our locals, our regular guys. Mark Daniels, hasn't told me what kind of tequila he has tonight, but I might have some. And says, Mark Daniels says, AMX will cover medical emergency and airlift from Mexico and Central America. Right. I think it's different in different countries and stuff like that. So yeah, we're skipping some audios and videos, Matt.
Our internet is not happy with us right now.
So if this show is horrible for you right now, just hang up the phone and then listen to it in a podcast or something. I don't know. I'm going to, Victor says his phones are all stolen, by the way.
Oh boy.
No, he's not. Hey, we're going to hang up on all you Instagram people because I need to use this phone right now to get Tyler on our line. But you can check us out on our Facebooks and our YouTubes, all those things like that. But before that, you have to listen to my sponsor reads. Tech Talk is not possible without the support and help of Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, maker of the Flex handlebars, Seat Concepts, Bulletproof Designs, and Double Take Mirrors. Those companies are supporting the sport that you love. And so when you're making a buying decision, think about them because they help not only me, but they can help you too because they make good products or they wouldn't be on the show. So we will see you out in the trail. Everybody on the Instagrams, bye, you're not live anymore. There we go. And so, Matt, do you have this problem fixed?
To be determined. I did the thing that should help it. So we'll see. This little green box that kind of tells me how we're doing. It's now been green for a minute. It was not green for more than a minute before. And Mr. Ricky Brabec has entered into our Zoom meeting room.
Okay. Oh, wow. Because he doesn't know what time it is where he lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I told him, I think 9 o'clock your time.
He's confused.
Should we just let him in?
Yeah, let's let him in.
Okay.
Bring him into the show. And I'm gonna call here, we gotta give me that plug, the blue line. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna call the other donkey that we're gonna get on this show.
Right.
Let's see how this works. Let me turn the phone ringer off here, like that. And this is a great show.
Yeah, we'll see. So Ricky's joined, but his face cam's off, so maybe he's just joining so he can...
he just has it lit up?
He just has it.
Well, when he pops up, we'll know here. So I think I'm calling Tyler right now. So Tyler is one of our test riders at... I'm going to call him like that. See if we have sound. Oh, there. What do you know? Hey, look, Matt, I can make things work. You wonder how I did this show before you were here, right? Mm-hmm. Went to a Mexican restaurant. Tyler, Jimmy Lewis, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. You're live on the air.
Awesome.
There are thousands of people that are watching you right now, or listening to you, I guess. Which might be kind of strange because Matt has pretty much jacked up everything to do with our technical things on this show.
Yeah.
But we have a green light on the bottom corner, so we're feeling pretty happy. So
yeah, our dropped frames have not been nearly as bad. We've been much better. So
I was watching. It wasn't too bad. It would skip every once in a while, but on YouTube it was all right.
Oh, that's good. Well, how did it feel to watch Tech Talk Taco Tuesday?
It was pretty good. That was my first time actually being on one live. I got to be honest, I don't think I've watched a full one though.
That would be really hard to do. It's kind of horrible. It's a horrible show.
I wouldn't say horrible.
Oh, you've seen worse.
I mean, I've been on worse.
Oh, okay. Name two motorcycle related podcasts or shows that are worse than this. See, you can't do it.
Yeah, I've just been on it and I knew I wasn't good on it. So I'm not going to say it's their fault. I'm going to say it's my fault.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Then I'm going to run with you there, and we're going to just say if this show sucks, we have somebody to blame.
Exactly.
Good. Okay. Again, Tyler, welcome to the show. You have been a test rider for dirt bike tests for how long now?
Probably 5 years, I want to say.
Wow. So that's when you were like 10.
No, I was like 15. I was 17, so maybe like 3 to 4 years.
Okay. Ridden a lot of different dirt bikes, getting some experience.
Yeah, just trying everything out there and seeing what's good and what's not.
Has that helped you as a racer?
It definitely has. Kind of being on my own program, I can kind of see what bikes I enjoy and what bikes I do not enjoy without spending, a lot of money on bikes to just go, oh, this bike sucks or this bike's good. So it definitely helps me out there and has brought a lot of opportunities and stuff, places to ride and things to ride.
So a question I have for you, and I'm thinking back, when I was your age, and this is back when the wheels on the dirt bikes were made of stone. So I don't want you to hurt your brain thinking about this, but have you had anybody tell you that what you thought about the motorcycle was wrong?
A lot of times. It's a common thing.
And how do you react to this?
Usually the people that tell me this are people who don't know too much what they're saying, so I just kind of ignore them anyways, and I listen to my own thoughts.
Wow, that's actually that's the right answer. I mean, because so you said something earlier. You said you get to try a lot of things and you see what you like and maybe what you like and what sucks. And what sucks for you may be a quality or a characteristic somebody actually likes in a motorcycle, and vice versa.
Yeah, like Trevor Hunter and I are a little bit different in size and builds and stuff. So when we kind of compare some stuff, some things don't always work for him and some things work for me. And sometimes it's that situation where we're just different builds of people. And sometimes people just have different styles of riding and stuff. So it doesn't always transfer to everybody, I would say, for every single part.
Yeah. And you've ridden with me, and my kind of what I like is not what the general public thinks they like. That's the way I like to put it. When a lot of people, riders, over time, if I told them what I did to a bike, they would say, no way, that I wouldn't want to do this. But if they ride my bike, they go, wow, that thing actually works pretty good. And it's not for the reasons that you would think. Like a lot of my power deliveries are kind of, actually the suspension and power are really similar the way I do. Kind of smooth, not really snappy, but very progressive. Like I want the bike to rip up on top, but I don't want it to be snappy or abrupt on the bottom. And same thing with suspension. I want it to be really supple and kind of plush in the beginning, but I just don't want it to bottom out. And so there's good sides and bad sides to that because, you know, with suspension, people feel like my suspension might be a little bit wallowy or my power delivery is a little bit like maybe soft in the middle because it doesn't have this pick up or hit or something. And I always say, well, if it doesn't have enough throttle response, turn the throttle farther.
We actually, Trevor, Hunter, and I ran in that 24-hour race bike. I think it's called Jail Smooth Mapping. And I was honestly a big fan of that. You know, I'm more of a 250 guy, so maybe that's why I like the not so harsh hitting bottom end.
And that was on the FX 450.
Yeah, the 22 FX 450.
Right. And what's funny is some of that map is actually more aggressive than stock. But I just, you know, in that mapping, I just tried to fill in some holes where Yamaha, I think, allowed it to vary a little bit, you know, so where it kind of picked up. And so if you were, I always call it parking lot racing or, you know, whatever, and you went and twisted the throttle, it would feel like, you would feel like, man, that thing has a lot of power and a lot of hit. But that's not going to translate to traction and accelerating the bike faster in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it like that mapping we ran, it felt really soft, but it just gradually got up into the power, which felt nice and smooth, which some people like and some people don't, but I really enjoyed the way that felt.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, turn the throttle farther. I always ask somebody when people complain about power, I say, so you were wide open, right? And they're like, well, no. I'm like, well, turn. I mean, on 250Fs, yeah, you're wide open a lot. Unless you're Matt. I was watching Matt ride today.
Yeah. Low and slow.
There's a lot more RPM up there, buddy.
Oh, I know. But I wanted that. I was having fun with that nice low. Trust me, when we were doing the ridges, the RPMs were getting a lot higher.
Oh, the only time I heard the RPM go up is when we went up that ledge in that drainage culvert.
Oh boy. Okay. But the RPMs is not why I ended up going ass over tea kettle there.
Right. It's called. I guess it was called Flying W, according to
the
Big John.
Picture perfect Flying W too.
Yeah.
Like it.
So, Tyler. So we're gonna kind of. I struggled with both of the Hondas that Trevor has now, the 450 RX and the 450X. And the funny thing when I say I struggle with them is I've always kind of struggled with the RX when I was trail riding, you know, off-road riding. If I were racing, I always thought, especially if I was like on an SRA Grand Prix, I would want to race an RX. That I would just take that thing box stock. It seemed like it'd be a really good bike for that. But if you started doing more off-road stuff, it was a little harsh and suffered. And then on the X, I just remember really liking that bike and just it did everything like a Honda, just so smooth and nice that there was nothing bad about it. And then when he brought the latest one out here, which hasn't changed, I felt it kind of felt a little heavier. Maybe sometimes the motor felt a little snappy on the bottom, but lethargic through the middle and different things. And I just kind of find myself, actually, I like the RX better for trail riding than the X, which really kind of surprised me. So how are you feeling on those particular bikes?
Yeah, well, the first day we rode the RX and the X out at, I think it was called Chocolate Thunder Mountain for the Honda Off-Road Intro. And it was pretty rocky and tight. And the 450 RX just didn't seem to get along with kind of going through that stuff. And we found the X being a little bit heavier and the power being a little bit softer. We thought it actually like kind of handled a little bit better there.
Right.
And then we went trail riding somewhere else over New Year's, and Trevor and I were swapping back and forth between the X and the RX. And we found when he switched the bars and I think he changed the mapping. I'm not too sure.
No, I think he did the front tire. I don't think
that's what it was.
He didn't do mapping on that. I mean, the good thing is that RX has a lot of different maps. and you can play around with those. And both me and Trevor were like completely different ideas on where we like which map we liked. He liked a lot of traction control. I hated the traction control. And then I liked I usually like the aggressive map, but I like the stock map on that one. Stock map, no traction control. I was really happy. Or I could kind of go aggressive map, no traction control and be okay. But if I had a traction control, it kind of messed it up. And I didn't like the mellow map at all.
Yeah. I don't know. All the maps I feel like were good in different places for different things. Like if you're trying to ride a little bit harder, like you said, in SRA, I felt like the map 3 was really good for that because it's really aggressive and hard. But like when I was saying, we're up at trail riding, the map 1, like you said, just the stock map seemed to be one of the better maps for just smooth riding for that kind of stuff on the RX.
Yeah. And then, the like you said, the in the tighter, rockier stuff, the weight of the X and the smooth power of the X really helped. Where I actually, but I'm heavier too, so I was kind of able to make that RX. I think my weight helped the RX work because we rode it in some heavy or rocky technical stuff, and it wasn't really that bad. Where the old one would have been horrible. Yeah,
Trevor, I think, also added a Yoshimura assist pipe system on it because we needed a spark rester. But I think once you got rid of that AT81 front tire, in my opinion, and he put on those other bars, it kind of made the bike turn a little bit better and almost felt like it handled a little bit better. I think because that front tire was gripping finally, to where before it was kind of like giving out on us a little bit.
Yep.
But it seemed to fix that bike a lot. I felt I'm a little bit lighter for my height because I'm on a 250 still, but I felt the forks were a little harsh and could be softened a little bit. And with some clickers changes, it definitely got there. But I think for someone my weight and everything, I would give the suspension to somebody to go do and everything. And I think it would handle really well.
But didn't Trevor put stiffer? No, he didn't. No, the Yamaha's where he's putting the stiffer springs. This brings us to a question. We got a really good question on this stuff.
You want me to bust this one out?
Yeah. So we have a question here that you can help answer.
Let me see. It was from Lee Graham, I believe. It was the one you forwarded me?
Yep.
Okay. So Lee Graham, he had one of two questions. Number one was, I'm sure oil changes have come up in the past, but hear me out. I'm looking for your opinion. Since you have so many KTM 4-strokes, I just bought a 2020 FE350S and the dealer's pushing Motor X 1050 at $28 a liter. I want your opinion on viscosity, and is synthetic a must?
This is not the question I was thinking, but
I was kind of waiting for it to get to suspension. It never did. It never got to suspension.
It was about the YZ450FX. It was about the video that they put up, and it was the one that asked. He said you guys didn't talk about the weights of the riders. What what about he said you guys went up on the spring rates. Would this work for an old slow guy or something like this? Mm-hmm. And so I'm pretty sure Trevor on the Yamahas went up a spring rate because you guys ran with stock valving, correct?
I think we ran stock valving, but yeah, we did go up either one or I want to say even maybe 2 spring rates in the forks.
Right.
I can't remember.
Hey, I want to say it was either 1 or 2. We got to address one thing. Bill O'Neill sent us, he super chatted us.
Oh.
Pure character lying on the side, raising his arm while saying, "How's it going?"
So it's in the super chat. There's like a little emote thing.
Oh,
and since his stream doesn't show us the emote, so it gives us a description of his emote.
Oh, okay.
So literally, it
Bill, it's going good. That is that. Where does that $5 go? Do you get it?
No, it goes to YouTube.
Goes to YouTube.
Yeah.
So YouTube gets it all.
No. We actually get.
We get it.
They actually have a really fair split for the super chat.
So you skim that right off the top, right?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Just because
I'm actually a pro cooking the books.
I've never seen. Well, I know I don't. That's why I've never seen the 5 because somebody else sent us some money one time on the super chat, and we were supposed to give it to Nate.
Yeah.
I skimmed it right off the top. But
Nate's worth it though.
It's $30. It was gas money for him to get here for the show.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a good amount.
So I never gave it to him. But the funny thing is, you never gave it to me. So you skimmed it right out from underneath me. So I still owe Nate money.
We'll call that the 15% that we gave to the.
So is it Bill? Was his name?
Yeah, so that's Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Thanks for reminding me of this. Now we've uncovered our money skimming operation that goes on here. But anyhow, back to the questions that it's going to be on their YouTube comments and questions. And it was someone that asked about the bringing up. And so spring rate, for the most part, the rider's weight determines the proper spring rate. If you're heavier, you're going to need stiffer springs. This is kind of the thing. But the difference between, and Tyler, you can probably agree with me, because isn't your dad slow?
He's pretty slow, in my opinion.
Okay, good. Glad you said that out loud. We're gonna keep going down that. Is he as old as me?
No,
he's not as old as me. Does he know how?
Not.
Does he know how fast I used to be?
I told him how I've been telling Trevor that I've never seen a video of you fast, so I don't know if I believe you were fast at any point.
Because they didn't have video cameras back then. So we'll get back to this right now, but we're going to go back to the fork springs. So a lot of times people say, well, I'm not that fast. I don't need stiff springs. I promise you that there's a lot of slow riders that hit stuff way harder than the fast guys. Like I was one of those fast guys that ran softer springs than most, because I tended to look for smoother lines. I like to ride around bumps. So I never really set my bike up to, I don't want to say, so I always had safety built into my bike setups and stuff, but I wouldn't compromise like traction and comfort for trying to set it up to always, I always had good bottoming resistance. That's why I talk about really progressive suspension all the time. It had some bottoming resistance, but I wasn't going to just use it needlessly, if that makes any sense. So there's fast guys that run soft springs, and there's slow guys that need to run stiff springs because they hit every bump on the track, or I'm really bad at jumping. So I like to under jump everything and over jump everything as opposed to just downside stuff. So that's why I don't jump things anymore. I just stay with my soft springs and ride around, don't do the jumps.
If it works, then it works.
Yeah.
Eric Featherstorm's apparently seen you, Jimmy, ride a BMW rally bike at Glen Helen.
Yeah, I when I was racing rally, I used to take the rally bike. All the guys do this now. They take them to the tracks and you ride them around. Yeah. I was pioneering back in the day.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So his question is he wanted to know what the weights of the riders were. So you're probably with gear. You're what, 175, 180?
Yeah, about with gear. I think all four of us were within like 5 pound. Well, so Trevor and I were a little bit on the heavier side. Without gear, we were both like 160, 165. And then the other two were 155.
Okay.
So we were close, but we weren't, identical weights, but we all were pretty similar on the suspension setups at the end, but we were all pretty close in weight.
Right. And everybody was kind of happy with that suspension overall.
Yeah. I mean, Trevor and I both said that was probably one of the best bikes we've ever ridden. The suspension was amazing on that bike, or handling bike. At least it was one of the best, but I think the other two definitely enjoyed it a lot. I think it was a little stiff for those two though. And it could have either been their weight or their different riding styles, but I'm not too sure. And
the other two guys were also 250 guys as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And just the difference between a 250 and a 450, the 450 with that inertia and that crank inertia and the weight, it, bottoms, it literally, it doesn't, I'm just going to say bottoms. It just adds a heavier, sometimes like the weight adds a plushness to it. But if you're light, you think about it, if you're a light rider on a bike that's sprung a little bit stiffer, all that weight, you feel it. It ends up transferring through the chassis up into the handlebars. And so it gives you that kind of sensation that works out.
Yeah, you definitely do feel the weight differences between the 250 and the 450.
Right. So, okay. So that was the one question we answered it without having it actually on the sheet.
Yeah, it make it on the sheet because when you said you sent me one, I thought it was a different one that you had sent me.
This is what I have to deal with all the time. So in Trevor's like probably the worst. You know, I mean he won't ever call into the show. He's scared.
Yeah, scared.
Yeah, he's scared of calling into the show. He offers you guys up. You know, he offered you and your dad up like straight away. I'm like, Trevor, you want to come on the show? He's no Belknaps. Those guys can come on. But now he's hanging out with your dad right now. They're at some district meeting.
Yep.
So whatever Trevor's trying to do at the district meeting, he's trying to get the rules changed so that he can win.
Basically, that's what I'm understanding.
So, yeah, you know how many number one plates I have at SRA?
At SRA?
Yeah, SRA. Lots. Yeah,
I could probably get the number. I know the people who run it pretty well. So
many years of just complete dominance at SRA. Every time I'd show up on a different test bike. This is how I used to test bikes. I literally got a number one plate in the vet class before I was actually vet age, and that was like 30 years ago. Like Don, you know, so the guy that owns it now, his dad was running the place. He told me, he said, I told him, because I used to pull off in the last lap. I'd ride the vet race, but I'd just testing a bike, ride around, I'd pull off in the last lap so I wouldn't get scored. And he goes, you know, Jimmy, he goes, you can just like finish the race. It's okay. And I go, but I'm only 29. He goes, if I disqualified every 29-year-old in the vet class, I'd lose half my field. I thought that was the best thing ever.
And then that probably still goes on too.
I don't know. I think they check it now because of the internet or something like this. So, but yeah, those were the SRAs were the funnest Grand Prix. I would like to come back out and do one, but I don't race anymore. Because
what do you mean?
Just trail ride the race.
Just trail ride the race.
Yeah. Like if you don't care about results, just go trail ride the race.
I don't know. I can't turn it off. I still I get on the race course track. Even I was today, like I told you.
Even today. Oh yeah, I saw you. You got scared that I was going to pass you, and I psyched you out, and you went down.
I pulled my groin.
Yeah. I pulled over because I pulled over for a great battle, and then I came around the corner, and you were on the ground.
So we were riding the Sand Hill track today, and I was riding just a stock KTM 500 with the reed valves in it. By the way, I like to put that in, and I went around a turn and something in my leg, like it popped. You know that muscle that goes kind of like, you know, from where your sausage is at and it goes down to your knee? It's called an abductor or something like that. You know this muscle, Tyler?
I didn't know it was called that, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, the only reason I know is because my wife's really smart and she told me when she asked me to do a couple moves and techniques and she said, do that. And I went, ow. And then she goes, okay, that's your abductor. She used to be a physical therapist. And so it goes from like, where your sausage stuff is down and it hurts. Like it was really hard. I can't put my foot, like if I go to dab or if I try to squeeze the tank with my knees, it was causing me some problems. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have what they call blue balls, but not from the reason that we're familiar with. They might be purple. It might be purple ones.
Bruised balls.
So, I think maybe I should do some stretches.
Yeah.
I want to put it's a vagina cramp is what Victor tells me.
Fake Midol,
he says.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Victor gets kicked off of Facebook about every 2 or 3 weeks, and then we miss him for like a year or a month.
Yeah, he goes from Facebook to YouTube to Instagram a lot.
How'd you like? Did you you didn't recognize the two guys on the side of me in that picture I sent to you?
No, I know who the left was.
The left.
To the left was Danny Hamill, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, I could just tell because of his size. He's huge.
Right. I had a team race with that guy. You want to talk about team racing with somebody you shouldn't team race with? Like, you know, you're talking about those little wimps on your team that can't handle the bike that you've got set up. That was me. And like we in any change I made to the bike made Danny go 10 miles an hour slower. And so we just decided like, just stop it. Just you little boy, get on this bike and bring it back to him so he can go win with it. But actually we didn't, when I teamed with him, we didn't win that much.
Actually, that was one of the parts I found pretty funny in the story that Brett did on Danny Hamill.
Oh,
because his part with you. talking about. I'll just set up for him. He's the faster one anyway.
Yeah, there was no way I could ride a bike like that. But anyhow, good reason to have my wife massage them. No, she ain't touching them. That's a sore area right now.
Okay.
So, Tyler, how was Trevor's KX 450? You rode it probably before he raced it?
Yeah, I thankfully got to ride it before its destruction. No, it's still fine, I think. But we rode it at Glen Helen one afternoon, and it was really good. I think at that point he had a TCS do the suspension on it, and then it had a ECU flash by Precision Concepts, and then I think he had just some pro taper bars on it. I'm not too sure what bend, and that bike handled really amazing. It was probably that and that, like I was saying with that 450 FX, Yamaha 450 FX, we raced at 24 hour. Those are probably two of the best handling bikes I've ever ridden in my life. And the Cowie just had a little bit calmer of a map, which I liked, being a little bit smaller and stuff and used to 250s. So the bottom end hit a little bit smaller, and it was a really good bike. Yeah.
The KX motors are always really, really potent. I mean, Kawasaki has no problem making power. And it's kind of, I always say the Yamaha seems like the Yamaha's more of a bottom end, mid-range focused motor. And then the Cowie is mid-range and top focused motor. Yeah. And whatever they're, that's, and it's funny is like when I mess with the map on the Yamaha, and I haven't done, I haven't played with the newest Yamaha yet, but I'm always trying to kind of simulate that Kawasaki bottom end, pull feel. I call it like flat torque. It just has a lot of torque without a lot of horsepower, if that makes any sense to you.
Kind of.
Yeah, you just want it to pull. It's the kind of thing that you can rev it and it's not too aggressive, but you can also click it a gear high and it just tugs. And kind of get you where you need to go.
Yeah, so. No, absolutely. It had really good revving. Like you were kind of saying, I think from what I'm understanding, you're saying it like when you rev a 450, a lot of times it just feels scary because like the bike almost feels like it's about to fall apart, and you get a little scared. But that bike, it allowed you to rev it pretty high, and I never felt like it was getting too tensed up or anything weird like that.
Well, I think what you're feeling is when you talk about it, like it was feeling, too much, is 450s making so much power. A lot of times when you're revving up like that, it's spinning. And so it's not, the motor's kind of like getting traction, releasing, and it's kind of becoming free and it spins. And so it's not like a 250 where the 250s, it kind of hooks up and it's pulling. Like it's not breaking the ground out from underneath it. So but the 450s kind of tend to, they'll spin up a little bit quick. And if you're not careful with it, you're essentially going slower. You wonder why some guys on 250s can ride around guys on 450s. It's because the guy in the 450, he's got the throttle wide open, but he's throwing dirt, not moving forward.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely.
So C. Bosch says, "Welp, we've run the gamut of topics now."
Yeah. I think we've already. Well,
groin injuries.
Yeah, back injuries.
So, anyhow, well, Tyler, thanks for coming on. Are you? So you're still not convinced that I used to race motorcycles?
No, I've heard a lot of stories. I haven't seen any videos. I looked for. Trevor said you had an Erzberg prologue win. Couldn't find anything on that.
Fastest guy up. You search it like BMW, Erzberg, Jimmy Lewis. You'll find it. I was the fastest guy ever up that road. And then they managed to change the rules to make it so that I wasn't the fastest guy because I was an American. I'm just gonna, and I was on a BMW because like if you're not Austrian and you're not on a KTM, you're fighting an uphill battle at Erzberg. So my bike blew up on the second run. All I had to do was, there's no way the second run was ever going to be anywhere near the first run because it was not smooth. And it was like, there's like braking bumps and, hoops and stuff. 1,000 guys go up this road, but you have two shots at it. In the first run, I nailed it. And after that, yeah, my bike blew up on the second run going up because it was a pretty highly tuned bike. It was meant to go really, really stinking fast, like 140 horsepower. So,
jeez,
yeah, a lot. It was a lot of power. It was a really fast motorcycle, but we knew it wasn't going to last very long, and it didn't. So I finished Dursburg too. That was who cares about that stupid hair scramble? I actually finished the race, the real race. No, the Iron Mountain Prologue is the one that I have the fast time up. But yeah,
wasn't 2007 the year? I want to say McGrath and Pastrana went.
So yes, so I finished right in front of Jeremy McGrath. Actually, I helped Jeremy finish. Jeremy, myself, and Ryan Dudak, who now is Honda's PR guy, and Jeremy. I was running up in the top 10, and a guy like launched his bike off of a rock, and it fell on my bike and broke my brake lever off. So I literally had to go into the woods and steal a brake lever off of another bike, a spectator bike, and come back. And when I came back, like, when I was walking into this, it's called Carl's Diner. It's one of the famous sections. Jeremy was like, literally, he was over it. And cause he had a bet with Travis Pastrana. I think they bet like $2 that they were who was going to beat each other. And Travis like finished 4th overall. That guy, unbelievable, insane, the talent on the motorcycle. And Jeremy knew he wasn't, and it was just pure suffering. And it had just started to get really hard, and he was kind of over it. And I was walking through, I'm like, Jeremy, you can't quit. It just no matter what, don't quit. You're going to finish this thing. It's good for everything. And so we talked a little bit, and Ryan pulled up, and we're like, yeah, let's just trail ride this thing. We'll go out and suffer together. So we rode the rest of the race together, and kind of helped each other get through some of the stuff. It was probably, he probably didn't expect it to be anything like it was. I had done it before, so I had an idea of what it was like. And we got to the finish line, where we got right before the finish line, and we stopped, and I said, okay, now we race. And so we lined up like 3 o'clock across, like a motocross start, and raced into the tractor tire section right before the finish. And I beat him.
Nice.
See, why don't you say that more? You could say you beat the king.
Well, I have 7 Supercross championships too. You don't know this.
Oh, the pit bike ones?
World Backyard Supercross Championship. So me and Jeremy were 7-time Supercross champions. So.
You actually had like real motocross guys in those too, right?
I beat Ryan Hughes, Lance Schmale. Who else came there? Jimmy Hawley, Johnny Mero wouldn't race. He's chicken. There was a lot of guys. This is back in the day. Who else? There was some really fast guys that came to Langtown. I actually missed beating some of the best ones because I didn't have a good bike. I literally, because you had to have a good bike, and I was in between good bikes at times because I was building them in my garage. Anyhow, so do you have any questions that we can answer for you tonight on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, Tyler?
I mean, is there any video proof at all of you riding, or, I could see results, but I just want to see you ride. Not current time.
Apparently
Langtown videos.
I was going to say, there's apparently some VHS tapes that are floating around somewhere that Jimmy claims is what inspired the Crusty Dirt guys.
Yeah, we were doing Crusty Demons of Dirt before it was a thing. I have video.
But we haven't seen the proof yet.
Do you see a VHS player anywhere around here?
There's one at my parents' place. I can bring it over.
Well, I'm going to bring a VHS player back because I know where the tapes are. I think I located some of them the other day when I was looking for those photos.
Are they to music and stuff too?
Oh yeah, it's to music.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's half the reason we couldn't put them anyplace, because we get nailed by copyright infringement and stuff like this. So okay, well, you just keep doing what you're doing. You saw that picture I sent you of me riding through the fire the night before I won a National Hare and Hound on the 250 class. That was 250 expert. Sick. They didn't have pro back then. You weren't allowed to be a professional off-road racer. But that was what we used to do the night before. I had friends that really liked to party, and I liked to party too, but I wasn't drinking or anything like that back then. So I used to be their entertainment. They would think of stupid ideas, and I'd weigh them out, and I'd say, okay, I can do that. Fire burnouts, jumping through the fire. Mm-hmm. Is this what you do before a National Hare and Hound?
I've actually never raced a National Hare and Hound, so maybe I'll try doing this before my first one.
Well, you see how they go. That's what Trevor did. Trevor tried one. You motocross and Grand Prix guys need to learn how to slow down for the National Hare and Hounds. You can't just send it because you're not going around the same. There's a rock around every bush. You know what? You know why a bush grows in the desert? Has anybody told you this?
How what?
Why a bush grows in the desert?
Oh, why?
Because a rock stopped the seed. So every place there's a bush growing, there's a rock behind it. And I
believe that.
I see Grand Prix guys and motocross guys like just riding through bushes, and sometimes it's a little teeny tiny rock, but every once in a while it's a Trevor sized rock. Trevor finds these things, donkeys, rocks.
Oh yeah. His donkey video is doing pretty. The one he sent me.
Donkey video. Matt commented on Trevor's donkey video.
Yeah. I have another one coming out Friday. I might need to change what I said in it, but we'll do some editing.
Okay. So, anyways, well, thanks for coming on, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We will, when you have more bikes to test, we'll have to call you because I hardly test them anymore. I just sit around and tell you kids what to do. Right.
Right. Sign us up for shows.
In between telling you how fast I used to be. Did he hang up on himself? My phone died. He's gone.
No, he's still here.
No, I'm still here. You guys kind of broke up right there.
Oh, my phone might have died or getting close to it.
But
anyways,
we can hear each other.
Tell all your friends, get all your friends to subscribe. Make them listen to this podcast. Just tell them they might actually learn something, which is kind of strange these days because nobody wants to learn anything. But if they're having problems with their bike, like their bike isn't set up right or something's wrong with it or something, I dare them to call in. We have the Seat Concepts hot seat hotline that they can call into. And they, when they're struggling and their dad's telling them they need to put this part on or they want to buy this part and their dad says they can't have enough money to buy that and all this stuff. And I'll just cut straight to the chase. I'll give them the hard answers that they need to hear.
I'll make sure for any bike trouble any of my friends have, I'll send them exactly where to go.
Tuesday night, 7 p.m. live. This is where I want them. I don't want all this barrage of emails or anything like that. I just want to deal. I schedule out 2 weeks of my 2 hours of my week to dedicate to you donkeys to help you be better motorcycle riders.
All right. I'll make sure.
Okay.
Advice from the best.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Good to talk to you, Trevor. Thanks for coming on. Or Trevor. Tyler. Hey, I can't remember names, by the way. So
we'll help you see out here in Prump sometime, man.
Yeah. Oh, you got to come out and ride out here. I'll show you how fast I am.
All right.
Like you can watch.
I'm riding with you.
Was I doing okay?
Honestly, yeah. We were at Kauai and you weren't doing too bad.
For an old, you're going to say for what? For a what?
For an old guy.
Okay, old guy. There we go. Yep. Act like a kid, but ride like an old dude. So, okay, we're hanging up on you. Good to talk to you. We'll see you in the future. All
right.
Okay, right, bye.
All right, see you guys.
Okay. So we are going to come back in the very near future, but we wouldn't be possible to come back without Yamaha, Moto, Scott Sports, Climb. Did you see all the Climb stuff I had on today, Matt?
Yeah.
Did you see how comfortable I was?
You were very comfortable.
How easy it was to unlayer.
Yeah.
I was wearing that 1.0 base layer stuff, which is made it so that we could ride in 40-degree weather. Mm-hmm. And then I started banging out the hot laps.
Yeah. And then you started stripping off.
I just took my jacket off.
Yeah.
I didn't have to take my base layers off because that stuff wicks.
Mm-hmm.
I sweat like a pig, and I have a pulled muscle like a pig too.
Yeah.
But man, I was super comfortable today, and I loaned you some what?
Some Climb gear as well.
Windstopper gloves.
Yeah, Windstopper gloves.
Inversion gloves. So when it's cold, because it was really cold, just transporting out to the track zone. Made it super nice. So Climb makes some super awesome stuff. They definitely know their winter weather stuff. They make snowmobile stuff. Yeah, snow machine stuff.
Didn't they start with snowmobile stuff and then came into motorcycles?
That's where they started. So they're really good at weatherproofing and all this. So if you're looking for long lasting gear that makes you comfortable, they have it. If you are curious about what they are, let us know. We can answer all those kinds of questions. Of course, there's Seat Concepts. The hotline, we're working on getting the hotline back up and running.
Oh, I mean, it works, but for some reason it doesn't work for all the mics.
It works, but it doesn't work. That's the kind of answer that I like to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an answer that you're kind of like complimenting the question, but then you're just shutting it down.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like answering a question with a question.
Well, yes, but actually no is essentially what I just said.
Perfect. Bulletproof designs and double take mirrors. If you're looking for a double take mirror discount code, let me know. Might have a code for you. So, Matt, you want to take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a break, and hopefully when we come back, the internet will be a little bit better.
We have a really special guest for Roost or Endo.
Mm-hmm.
Guy is a legend.
Guy's in office chair right now.
He's an office chair, but he'll be back. We'll check on him. Okay.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
And we are back.
Yeah, live from Pahrump. This is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, and we have another special guest tonight calling in, zooming in. Ricky Brabec. How is it going?
It could be going better, but it's going just fine for now.
I know. Do I know how you feel? No, I don't know how you feel. Sometimes I like to say I know how you feel, but then I go, I haven't broke my neck. So good to see you again, man. I'm super bummed for you at Dakar. You can never say you weren't trying.
Yeah, sucked, but we can go back again.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. Pretty crazy year this year, right?
Yeah, I mean, the times I got home, like trying not to really focus on the race, and it's really hard because I follow a bunch of people that are at the Dakar. But the times were really close, and at the end of the rally, I was like, damn, like I wish I was there, battling that close with the times. But for me, it's a little bit strange how the times were so close. But I don't know. I wasn't there to see why, but for some reason, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm there with you, because I'm not kidding. When you went out, I kind of
I put a bummer on it. For sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to say I totally tuned out, but I didn't pay much. I wasn't up every night watching the stage times and things like this. But I was kind of just from afar, kind of like checking it, because I was really curious how that the bonus time was going to work out.
Yeah,
because it wasn't very well explained, at least to the public. I know you guys with your teams had a little bit of an understanding of it, but then we've always known, like with the strategy, which just blows me away. The strategy is to never win a stage.
Yeah,
and the strategy is just to kind of sit in that fifth place-ish position, and which is hard to do. I mean, you can speak to it a lot more than I could, like, because you don't know where everybody's at, except you kind of get an idea when you get to the fueling, correct?
Yeah.
And then, but somebody could decide to pull a plug at the fueling and really haul ass, or somebody could back it off after the fueling and then kind of really upset that whole what you think is going on.
Well, yeah, and if you're in the front, of the competition at refueling, like physically, it's hard to know how much time they made on you. So it's really, I mean, you can gauge them when they come into the refueling, but it's not like accurate where if you're behind, if you're behind and all the competition is in front, then you can gauge the exact time that they leave. So it's tough for sure. But with the time that they give you back, like the bonus time, it's strange because, okay, whatever, you get your 1 second, 1.5 second, or half second, but the whole Dakar was wet. So if you think about opening the dunes and you're gaining 3 minutes after opening 250 kilometers, the guy that's starting in like 8th or 10th or 11th or 20th, those motherfuckers aren't even looking at the road book for 30 minutes at a time.
Right.
And it's like your 1 second that you're gaining every K is not enough. But I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah. And then that was the other thing, was with it being so wet. It leaves the line, and it's funny. Well, two things I noticed is I saw guys that were pretty far back missing waypoints, and these guys, like, they complained that they're like, well, I was just following the track and I missed a waypoint. And it was like, oh, I could see the track, and you watch where they're riding, and, it's a big sweeping turn. The waypoint was still another, 100, 200 meters in.
Yeah.
And they just cut the turn, and they have no idea why they missed the waypoint. And it's like, well, because a good guy, somebody that knows what they're doing, they know they're coming up to the waypoint. The minute they get it, they change the cap, they adjust the cap, and they go. So they never even went. The first guys never even go, quote, to the waypoint. They get it. And then everybody's just like hauling ass. And you see the guy that got it, and he's kind of going the other direction. You just kind of cut to him. And all of a sudden you're 4 or 5 kilometers away, and you're like, do you want to skip the waypoint, or did you miss a waypoint? Like, what did I do? I was on tracks. No, you were X amount. This is why navigation is important for everybody. At least to understand this, and to know that, hey, even though I'm just following tracks, I need to make sure I get a waypoint when I need to get a waypoint.
Yeah.
So, it's and I think there was, I think everybody but Kevin would probably say they could look back on their rally, and if they were just a little bit better at navigation, they probably would have won. Top 5 guys.
Well, Toby and Skylar didn't even win a stage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy because I don't know. I don't know what Toby's doing, but we all know that he can pull the plug and put the hammer down at any given time of the day. But I mean, as far as Skylar, I don't know. I was never even close enough to Skylar. I mean, the only 3 days I was there, I was like either way ahead of him or like way behind him, like I was on the other end of where his group was. But I don't know, like, how do you judge to be 3rd to 5th place every day? It's hard. So
yeah,
I don't know if you just like, if you get lucky and that's like, your speed is like the perfect speed to not win, but to not lose. Cause like the first day when I won the special, I swear
didn't want to.
No, I didn't. I was gauging Pablo, and I was like, perfect. Pablo beat me. So now I'm like going to be behind Pablo, and I know Daniel's coming, and at the end of the day, whatever, they got penalties and I ended up winning. But the whole first day, I swear to you, I was riding probably 60%. I was waiting for Sam to catch me because he only started a minute behind me. So I was like, I'm just going to cruise and wait for Sam to catch me. And then every time I made like a 90-degree turn, I saw nothing behind me. And I was like, okay, well, that's strange because I started, in the 20s with Sam and Toby and Matthias. Like we were all 3 minutes apart. And no one caught me. And I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm not riding hard. I'm not riding slow. I'm just like a good trail pace. And I was like, once they catch me, I'll just latch onto them and then ride with them, so that way I'm in the group.
Okay, so let's just clarify trail pace, Ricky.
Yeah.
Trail pace.
Yeah, trail pace, right? Okay. So yeah. But anyways.
But a fast trail pace.
Yeah, you're safe. Just safe riding.
I wasn't using any energy, nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't, yeah. And then whatever, I won. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm bummed. But
this is the way you were riding is the way that we all dream of riding. We would all like to dream of riding like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want a trail ride at that pace.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't want you to do it on my bike because it'll blow up. So and it's funny because Skylar was kind of just saying, I heard in his interviews and stuff, he's like, I'm not going with all this strategy. I'm not overthinking. I'm just going to go out and ride and have fun, was sort of where he was doing it. And in the end, that may have cost him. But you look at the Husky guys, as far as strategy goes, they had those guys on a really good strategy. They had one guy winning one guy one day, one guy winning the next day. And they were set to however those last couple days may have played out, except the times are way too close. And in my day, there was always like that day 3 or 4 where there was a few guys that knew what they were doing, would pull the trigger, and they would try to make that 7, 8, 10 minutes that they needed to get a gap on everybody. And I've seen that kind of work before, but it doesn't seem like there's that anymore. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. The times are close, but I'm looking back and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, if I didn't have what I had, how wasn't someone able to make a bigger push, like in the dunes, to make a bigger gap?
To catch in the dunes, you mean?
No, like Toby, Skylar, and Kevin, how they all finished right by each other, but no one was like significantly faster on one day to make up 5 minutes. They were only making up a minute here, a minute and a half here, losing 30 seconds there. Like, it was very small.
Yeah.
So how wasn't the one guy starting in the back? I know for sure on day 2, when I was opening, Kevin caught me, and he's like, hey, you want to switch off? Like, it was a 447 kilometer day. And he's like, hey, you want to switch off and we could take turns navigating and like work together. And I said, dude, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Gives me less chance to make a mistake. And yeah, he opens for a little bit, and then we go through the rocks, and we're in this like 2-track rocky area for like 70 Ks, just like enduro style, just like quick corners like this, just all in the river. And Kevin just lets me by, and I'm like, okay, like whatever, I guess it's my turn. So I open, and then I put some time on Kevin, and then we get to another refueling, and I'm like, hey, I just opened up like 150 Ks, dude. I thought you were going to help me. And he's like, hey, I'm tired. You can open faster than me right now. I'm tired. I use all my energy already. And I said, fuck, man, like, it's only day 2, but I don't know if just the bike is difficult to ride right now or what. But normally, like in the dunes, Toby or Kevin would put a big show and make a lot of time.
Yeah. And I mean, to talk about, I know for sure, Kevin, can you talk about just unplug and go?
Yeah.
Kevin has that skill and that speed to be able to do this. I mean, I just remember even when he was out here training and stuff, it was like, yeah, that's some winging it. But yeah, that's I guess, I look at it from the outside. I look at it from just like, people watching it on TV and just regular people. And like, as far as a competition goes, they did a really good, whatever they've done is a really good job as far as keeping the times close and look like racing. The cars were kind of, when the couple of cars broke and stuff like that, you had big leads. I don't pay attention too much to the trucks. Looks like the UTVs until they had brake, mechanical stuff. They all of a sudden people got leads, but the bikes were just amazing as far as just who's going to win. It was that. But I take a step back and I look at how many people got hurt. There's a lot of people, they're doing all this stuff for safety, and all of a sudden you got guys augering in and getting hurt quite a bit. Your vest went off? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't talked to Paul specifically about what happened with him and a couple other things, but yeah, there was some big ones, so, anyways, hate to bring up, I know you go over it in your head over and over again. And because I know back when I was racing, that's what I did all the time. And, it is what it is. You got to know that when you're doing this, you're giving your best, you're going 100%, whatever 100% is, whether you say it's 60%, but you're still managing your race and you're doing everything you can to have the best race you can. And stuff happens. That's why it's racing. You're on the edge no matter what. And crazy. Yeah. So let's turn to something better. Roost or Endo?
Yeah. Let's
Ricky?
go ahead.
Roost or Endo, and then bet.
Okay. So we are going to do this segment. It's called Roost or Endo. It's brought to you by Taco Moto. That's tacomoto.co. We're going to be doing some interesting stuff with Taco Moto here in the near future.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. The meetings have been exciting.
We're going to do some interesting testing of products coming up real soon. So if you have especially a KTM or gas or Husky or, a compliant bike and you want to make it run a little bit better, get some cool parts for it, Taco Moto has lots of stuff for you. And they are sponsoring this segment with a $100 gift certificate. So if you provide us with a certain amount of entertainment with your bike, you give us the year, make, and model, and tell us about the modifications you do, and we will critique, criticize, condemn. I don't know. What else do we do? Praise?
We do a little bit of praise.
A little bit of
applause every now and then, depending on how good the submission is.
Ricky, you're only voting for Hondas tonight, right?
No, I'm checking out the bikes right now.
Oh, you got an email going.
Yeah.
I like rock hardwood.
Rock hardwood. Well, let's start with that one then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll start with that one.
Okay.
So this one is from Rock Hardwood. Let me see here. Oh, of course it does that there.
Yeah, Matt is not really that good at the technical things. He prides himself as the producer of this show, but I think it's the mostly messed up of this show.
All right.
Oh, look at that thing. That's a beast.
So this is from Rock Hardwood, 2003 KTM 525 MXC. This bike is so badass and illegal that KTM had to stop making it. It was too gnarly of a bike for regular pussies, and KTM decided to just make a 500. This bike is geared to go well over 100 miles per hour, and it does it easily as it has a big tank, so you can go 100 miles for an hour for a long time. It has a tall seat on it because little shrimp shouldn't ride a bike this powerful. About the only necessary modifications is a Trail Tech kickstand, so you can park it wherever you stop, and everybody stands around in awe of its arm yanking, ditch digging, bomb run slaying, groin pulling machine. There is no way that this bike is for sale, but if someone is willing to part with a lot of cash, I can make an arrangement. You have to go through Jimmy Lewis because I don't want my identity to be revealed since I'm a collector of fine motorcycles.
Hell yeah.
See? Ricky's hell yeah. That's Roost.
Roost or Endo or for sale.
That's so Roost. That thing's
definitely for sale.
Yeah. It's a carbureted bike.
Well, see, he said if you have a lot of cash, I'm sure the guy could make an arrangement. He said he reached out to me. He doesn't want to be known. Mm-hmm. He touched me and said, "Hey,
I don't know if I want.
You think you could put this on your show because I want to showcase this super awesome badass motorcycle." I know about this bike. This thing roosts. It really does. It roosts hard. Yeah, mm-hmm. It's like he said. Like KTM had to stop making them because they had to put fuel injection and only make it a 500. Mm-hmm. And now, like the 525 MXC. It just means it hauls ass. So, yeah, it's a Roost straight across the board.
Roost.
Yeah.
See, Ricky says the Roost. I didn't even pay him to say that.
It's a Roost.
Okay, good. It's a Roost. I'm thinking I'm that much closer to my $100 from. I mean, Rock Hardware getting $100 from Takamoto.
Just don't let. Okay, so this next one's from Leanne Riviera. 2022 Beta Cross Trainer. It comes with sick ass turn signals. A Scott
She's
steering
got a
dampener.
good pipe on it.
Oh, she has the regular the Beta 300.
Oh, she better put that on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Scott steering dampener, Enduro Engineering handguards, FMF fatty pipe, carbureted rejetted slightly richer on the needle and pilot jet, Beta factory suspension services, rear shock and 48 millimeter forks, lowered 1 inch in valve for 5.4 135 pounds ladies B class. Pro grip pipe guard, AXP skid plate and radiator guards, Maxxis Desert IT tires, Moose inserts. What started out as a $10,000 play bike is now worth over $15,000, and still the suspension doesn't work as good as my 17 Husky FE250. But at least it's light, and now with the FMF pipe, it runs like a proper 300. Cheers from Canada/Arizona.
Right. So I was going to say that looks like Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Talk about the suspension a little bit more. What did she say?
Beta factory suspension services for the rear shock and the 48 millimeter forks.
Lowered an inch.
And and valved.
The bike is already low to begin with,
and so lowering it more.
She's probably right in the step of the stroke.
Right. So it's that bike is already low to begin with, and the suspension is actually kind of soft. But if you're riding aggressively, especially if you were on a Husky 350 or something, you're getting that more stroke and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would try to get it. What did she give her height?
A 5'4".
5'4".
I don't think you would need to lower that bike for 5'4". We've had 5'4" people ride the
Beta
Cross Trainer.
I wouldn't lower it. I think that's the root of your problem.
I would take it back up for sure.
Yeah, get as much. I mean, the lower you go with motorcycles, the lower the stroke and stuff like that. I mean, there's a point where it's too much. Too much, it adds wallow. But when you start lowering a stock bike, especially a bike that's already low to begin with, that could be some of the problems with the suspension, because the X-Trainer is actually, it's not. It's if you're using it what it's designed for, like kind of just trail riding, not racing, but trail riding, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember liking it.
But it will bottom. It will go through the stroke. And if you lower it even more, like what Ricky's talking about, you get in this point where in order to be stiff enough, you're gonna be packing into the middle of the stroke, and then it'll still bottom.
Yeah.
So
an inch is pretty significant.
On a bike that
small,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good Roost. Those are good bikes.
I love that bike.
Yeah. I like that. I wanted to hear more about how it ran with the pipe. We need to put a pipe on either Erica's bike or Bob's bike. Mm-hmm. I have a pipe. I have a pro circuit one that was from a Beta 300 that I want to throw on to thing that, and Dave Black is calling out somebody based on, thinks they're selling a rental bike from like my off-road riding school. It's crazy.
Would never.
There's no way you could rent out a bike with that much power to a regular person.
Yeah.
You almost have to have a pro license to ride a KTM 525.
Oh, I think I've ridden that bike. Does that make me pro?
You've not ridden that bike.
I've ridden that bike when you first got that bike. We took it for a trail ride, and we had to ride back in the thunderstorm.
Back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
back in high school days.
Yeah, you probably ridden that bike.
Yeah. The slowest pro in the Pahrump region.
Ricky, what do you say? Is your bike Roost or Endo?
I mean, it looks like a proper enduro trail bike, so I probably would Roost it.
Yeah, Roost.
I'm going through. She's from Arizona too.
Canada /
neighbors.
In Canada.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if she was from Canada, she would be underground. Like the picture would be from a cave.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think Ricky and Jimmy, I think you'll like this next one too.
This bike's also for sale.
Morrow. Yeah, and this one is selling the Baja setup. It's a setup selling the Baja Setup 450X. It's a 2009 with only 20 hours on a rebuilt motor with TRX valves. Bought it back in 2018 for his first Baja trip and just wasn't prepared. So he built everything from the ground up, but neglected checking the valves, which he's claimed ran good until he opened it up. Ended up getting a tow into San Quentin Moto shop. There's a lot of dude filled me out of Mexican chrome billet. Where's his mod list? The
filed me a shim out of Mexican chrome billet.
Yeah.
What is Mexican chrome billet?
I don't know. I'm trying to find his actual mod list here. This is just a story. I paid the guy handsomely and was able to limp it back to Tecate. The next year I bolt proofed the thing and it was in the and put in the stainless valves. This time I broke it in and made sure the valves were within spec. Ran flawlessly. It rips. I've switched to a fuel injected Husky and don't ride it anymore, but it's still legit. You're editing this audio. Let's see. I don't ride it anymore, but it's still a legit desert/Baja weapon. Matt Borup tuned the suspension, set up for extra bag weight, TRX valves with 25 hours, integrated oil cooler, Richet skid plate, hammerhead, shifter and brake, ASV clutch and front brake levers, FMF quiet core, Tokyo mods, deleted smog caps, worked con radiator supports, BRP upper clamp with a GRP stabilizer, fat bars with tall lazy guy rise, HDP top clamp with USB charge port and on off switch, Baja Designs XL80 BRP chain guide, DID chain gold super sprockets, 6.6 gallon and 3.2 gallon tanks, oversized IMS Taily pegs, Seat Concepts comfort seat, Cycler handguards, and much invested in this Baja worthy scooter.
There you go, Matt. Good job.
Thank you. He his story that I thought was part of the mod list does kind of affect the ratings for me.
It lowered the ratings.
It lowered the rating for me.
Yeah, that bike has so much shit on it. How do you ride it?
Hey, Ricky,
I love the bike.
Look, this is
what is the Mexican chrome billet?
The Mexican chrome billet?
That's just a piece of metal laying around the shop in San Quentin that the guy filed out to make work for this guy.
So you have some intimate knowledge of this bike.
No, I don't know, dude. I've never seen a bike with so many bags on it.
So well, that looks kind of like the bikes that I rally train on, except for the tank bag, right?
And the front fender bag.
Oh, I don't do that either. Hey, you want to do like a tour of Idaho ride this summer, Ricky? Well, your bike's going to look like that.
No.
Yeah.
I only have the rear bags, dude.
Oh, only the rear ones. Yeah,
that's the rear bags is all you need. What else do you need?
Well, you got to carry that front tank bag because you got to carry some cameras. Because we're doing it for video.
I'll hire someone to ride with us with the backpack.
They can't keep up.
Kendall can keep up.
No, Kendall's going to be I don't know if Kendall's your buddy or not. I don't know who your buddy is. I think it's Johnny. Maybe Johnny's your buddy. I'm not sure. Well, Kendall could do it. We could just leave Johnny at home. We don't need another dad, right?
Such a nice bike, but man, he really screwed it up with all the baggage he has.
Oh, you're going to endo the guy for the bag.
I mean, dude, the bags are going to endo himself.
I'm kind of on the endo wagon here because not necessarily the bags, but like, look at where you're at. This is a beautiful photo location. You take a backlit photo, your bike's in the shade. Okay, sure, I can see how much gas you have in the tank, but that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a beautiful picture of this bike. So you should have got there earlier in the morning because obviously, this is late in the afternoon. They're trying to get to the bar. That's where I would go. And he's got his buddies in the background. One of his buddies is wearing a short sleeve shirt. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how
safety.
You know how much sponsor room is on the edge of that sleeve there, Ricky?
I know. Look at that, dude.
What if he's on his way to tattoo his sponsors on?
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should get your sponsors tattooed on.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely seems, it says it's for sale. It says
It
selling.
is for sale. He actually sent me the price, but
Oh, he did send the price.
yeah, but I did not include that part in here.
That's what I was going to ask. I was saying if it's actually for sale, what's the price?
I think it's around. I think he was asking around 5. Let me see if I can find the email again.
Yeah, that's a. What are the 450s going for? Like
5,500 is asking
$5
price.
grand,
$5
4 to
grand.
6 typically. This bike,
yeah, but the bottom's falling out of that used bike market. But it does come with 2 gas tanks and a lot of bags. So
those bags are
500, this
expensive.
bike
He's
could be
probably
worth-
keeping the bags.
Endo. Hey, Clinton Riviere.
He's the one who sent in Leanna's Riviere's bike.
Oh, so you're using your wife to make you money? That sounds really oddly strange.
We've never had anyone do that.
No, or their children.
Or their children.
Yeah, send pictures of your children in and make them right. So he says it was valved to compensate for the lowering. Well, yeah, I think that's the
It still doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
The stroke is still shorter.
It's so hard to fight you just need stroke shock especially, but and then it runs amazing with the new pipe. Yeah, I actually want to try that just because. I mean, that's kind of what. That's the joy of the X trainer, the cross trainer, is just that smooth, torquey, like no hit 300 power. Mm-hmm. But if you could just make it a little bit more lively, just a little bit, I want to try it.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to talk to do you think the Beta guys would know how to revalve it? Maybe they don't. I don't know. So, what do we got coming up here?
All right. So this is from Tyler Belknap or Belknap.
Belknap.
He needs to tell me how to pronounce his last name. 2022 YZ250 FX. Put Renthal 996 bars that he cut the crossbar off to give more flex.
They have a company. There's this company called Fasst Company that makes flex handlebars.
Yeah.
You might be aware of them. They're one of the sponsors of this show. So I know you want to put Renthals on there because you think you're going to win world championships like I have. But I run flex bars because as a world champion, I know what comfort is. And I'm not even, this is not a shtick. This is Jimmy being honest.
Jimmyism.
It's a Jimmyism. I run flex bars because it makes it so I can ride the next day. They're that comfortable. They make bad forks good. So I can have a fork that's a little harsh and rigid, and my flex bars do some of the work. It's kind of like tires. They work like suspension. Your tire works like suspension. The flex bars work, but they take that sharp hit out. So Tyler, just take it from,
Take it from a pro.
Multi-time ISD gold medalist, a guy who's finished on the Dakar podium. Ricky, you know what that feels like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I got
the podium or the bars.
No, the podium. Yeah, I got the small step on the podium. It
Doesn't matter. You still got up there.
Whew, let me tell you. But I got these ISD gold medals. Yeah, got some of those. I'm a well-rounded person, so trust me, Tyler. The Fasst Company Flex handlebars may be the next step for your success. Okay, so let's go back to that bike.
Okay.
By the way, I have to admit that was an ad read that I made up myself right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to sponsor this show and you got a good product and Jimmy can get behind it, I'll pump it all day long.
Nice.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Wait till you see the next one on this bike.
The next mod?
Yeah. So he has his handlebars cut for more flex.
Oh,
and then
there we go.
And then he has a tall seat for more cushion.
GYTR tall seat.
That's almost as good as a Seat Concept seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost.
Seat Concepts, another sponsor of the show. They bring you the Seat Concepts Hot Seat Hotline, which is not active tonight because my producer of this show, Matt,
Yes.
you know him?
I do know him.
Okay. Matt is having a hard time stringing all the wires together. But I was actually talking to somebody about the super awesome Seat Concepts comfort seats. And they have a real interesting shape. And Ricky knows Ricky gets factory seats built just for him, right? I'm not lying here.
Yeah.
You go, yeah. So you have a guy that you give information to, and they make you a super special seat for your factory Honda rally bike.
Yeah.
And yours has like little gull wings on it. We call them, right? Is that what we call those?
I forgot what I call them, but yeah, more or less is the same thing, just to keep more grip with your legs.
Yeah. So it holds you on it. My Seat Concepts comfort seats, they have those on there. It's a little different. They're not like I've seen Ricky's bike. They're a little bit lower, and they're not meant for comfort. They're meant to haul ass and hang on. Mm-hmm. And the Seat Concept seat is meant for comfort, but the default is because it's narrow in the front and then it kind of widens up in the back.
Yeah.
When you get on the gas and you start falling off the motorcycle, because if you're like riding a Husaberg 570, which you see me ride a Husaberg, things like so fast I can barely hang on.
I thought you heard. One lost a drag race today.
No, it's an old story.
Okay.
Old story.
Was that supposed to be off the record?
No, it's totally on the record.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm gonna have to talk about it someday. We did some drag races in the Husaberg. One of my Husabergs, the one that had been modified that I didn't modify, lost a drag race. I knew it was going to lose. That's why I actually entered the drag race. But I'm talking about the seat. Back to the seat. It has. I put a Seat Concept seat on that particular bike. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's still pretty fast, but like you get on the gas and you can hang on with it. The where it gets fat, when you start leaning back, your legs actually run into that part of the seat. So it's multifunctional. So
nice.
Anyways, so Tyler's he wishes he had Fasst Company flex handlebars and a Seat Concept seat on his awesome race bike here.
It would win him some races for sure. TCS set his suspension. Let's see. He set the tall seat up for cushion and because he's 6 feet tall, and it gives him more leg room along with the Fastway dropper pegs to give his legs more comfortability.
Yeah.
FMF slip-on exhaust.
Comfortability.
I think just comfort is all you need to say there. I don't think comfortability needs to be
Well, it's an awesome word.
Oh.
Some wordsmithing.
Yeah. So FMF slip-on exhaust, no toil screen delete air filter system, IMS tank with dry brake, Vortex ECU mapped by Twisted Development. And that is Tyler's bike.
So everybody, this is just if you're looking at this on the internets, on the YouTubes or the Facebooks or whatever it is, this is a very pretty picture. Mm-hmm. See that? Nice lighting, some blown out background. You get to see the bike.
The white stand does make it a little.
Oh, it stands a little bit blown out.
Yeah. But that's the only thing wrong with it. Everything else looks really good.
Yeah.
And he sent me 3 pictures to choose.
Well, because he has a professional photographer following him around all the time.
Yeah.
So
I think some guy by the name of
Trevor Hunter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And since Trevor Hunter shot this photo, that's an Endo.
That's Blue Crew.
Hey, Trevor just endoed.
Oh, did you see that video?
Yeah, I saw the video. Watched it a couple times.
Oh, I haven't seen this video actually.
That's what
happened. Are you serious?
No, I know he posted it, but I haven't seen it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, hey.
I need to go on his Instagram after the show.
That's motocross / Grand Prix guy go desert racing. Right, Ricky?
Yeah, that was so wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look it up.
It was wet.
Hey, what'd you do last weekend, Jimmy?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I went riding, probably.
Where?
Out here.
With who? Oh, did you have a school?
No schools. Just been ripping. You need to. Oh, you can't. You're broken. I was gonna say you need to come out.
Couple more weeks.
Oh, holy shit!
I need to get Kendall out here then.
But did you drag race someone last weekend?
Yeah.
Did you lose?
Uh-huh.
I
lost in both the roll on and the drag race. So I was on a Husaberg. I was on this 570 I bought. I bought it from some guy that modified it. He put high compression piston, different cam, I pulled some of the modifications back out of it because the cam actually was starting to grenade. And so I just wanted to, I did a roll on third gear and I got smoked. and the guy almost looped out. The guy had a KTM 500 that had some Moto stuff done to it. He literally had a Moto. I think he had an ECU and he has a end cap, and he still has the reeds in it because he listened to me and he kept the reeds in. His bike almost looped out when he did the first roll on.
Really?
But he actually he gassed it, shut off, and then gassed it again, and still pulled me.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I was kind of upset. So I was, okay, let's do the I know I was kind of I knew. So let's do this. Riding in second, and second you start banging shifts to top gear, you're just gone. Yeah. So there was a little Husaberg shame out there.
But so Tyler.
But that Husaberg has Husqvarna graphics on it, so it's kind of in disguise. So it doesn't really count.
It's a Husqvarna, isn't it? Isn't that what it was called?
It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, okay. Whatever. So
Tyler's Roost for me. Minimal, like not a whole lot of mods there. Pretty stock. No,
I mean, this is a guy that's out there racing, doing really well in the 250A class on a relatively stock bike. He's got the suspension set up for himself. Like he talked about, he's 6 feet tall and he wants to get a certain feel. So overall, I think this bike roosts in principle, but I'm going to give it an Endo.
Because Trevor took the picture?
No, just because, Tyler, you can't give these kids any slack because he has no idea who he's talking to half the time. Right. So I'm going with the Endo.
It's a Roost for me.
Ricky?
On the Yamaha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you Endo it, Jimmy?
I'd like to thank Yamaha for sponsoring the show. Yamaha is one of our main sponsors. Blue Crew, they make super awesome bikes like the YZ250FX you're staring at right now.
And the one I rode today.
Yeah, but since it's Tyler's bike, I'm going to just throw solid Endo out there. He's going to have to earn his keep around here. You don't just come on here, talk about cutting your crossbar off and not using your sponsors. You're not going to get away with that stuff on this show.
And your tall seat.
And your tall seat.
Low handlebars.
I like tall seats if they're seat concepts, but yeah.
Hey, wait, what bar? He has 996s or 999s?
996.
Oh.
What's that? That's
the 999 is like
Honda.
flat.
Yeah, the 996 is the stock Honda bend, kind of. Close?
I run 996.
You run 996.
On the X, yeah.
What do you run on the factory rally bike?
Fat bar, like 827 or something. The high ones. 927 or 827.
Whole different game. You should put flex bars in that thing and make it a lot more comfortable for me.
So there has been a development. We did miss someone in the chat. So Jeff is on Facebook as
Jeff Morrow.
Jay. Yeah, and he's saying this was his 450X. He's telling me
Jeff and Jay. He's got a fake name.
I guess. But let's see. Got to carry those bags for multiple days of Baja camping off of the Bike Boys. Hey Ricky, you're too entitled with the factory chase trucks.
Ooh, yeah. He's got his Desert Assassins chasing him around on their Ford Raptors all the time. Is that how it rolls?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, did you get us an entry in a UTV for King of the Hammers?
No, dude, because that fucking Martelli brothers are part of that shit now. I don't want to be part of those guys.
Well, we got drama.
All I want to do is just go smash a UTV.
Dude, hey,
somebody else's UTV in the rocks. I'm pretty good at the rocks. I think
they have a Dakar class now at King of the Hammers.
Really?
It's so crazy because you have all these American organizations trying to like use the Dakar image to get more entries. You guys don't know shit about Dakar.
What is the Dakar class?
Nobody knows. We just saw it today. It's unbelievable.
Oh. Is it something like Best in the Desert?
I don't know what it is.
Is it in the desert? Is it in the desert? It's not. It's definitely not in the rock.
No, it's in the desert race.
Dude, how would it be driving the trash trucks in King of the Hammers?
Oh,
Just
awesome.
throw a different gearbox in those things, like so it has a really good low range.
Dude.
That would trash trucks and the rocks would be super awesome. I'm going to tell Dave he needs to get Kamaz and Tatra.
That would be insane.
I'm going to call Dave.
Insane. That would be
because Dave has a passion for really stupid ideas. That's why he let me do King of the Motos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was like, that's stupid. Let's do it.
And then we find one and we'll race it.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's what we're doing. Me, you, and Andrew in a
us three
in a Kamaz.
Yeah. We'll have to buy one of the Russian ones though.
Yeah. The Russian ones. I think they're out of business.
Yeah. But we got to buy theirs because it's freaking the best.
Yeah. So, let's see. Why do Dave Black asks, why do some racers use seat bumps or ribs? Actually, I tried to get a kid that makes this thing called the Corner Coach, Ryan Nitson. He's a journalist for Cycle News.
Yeah.
He used to help us at dirt bike tests, but he got too good. But anyways, so seat bumps, and ribs are just kind of to tell you where you are on your motorcycle on like the position. So I know a lot when they first started, they didn't actually they had ribs. They cut the seats. They cut like a step in the seat. And so when you would go to sit down, if you sat down too far on the back of the bike, it would tell you. So you'd kind of scoot forward. And if you're doing like starts and stuff like that, you could get lower, when you're coming accelerating out of turns, you're in this lower pocket in the seat. And so it's kind of like a lower CG. So it's sort of an index point to help you, know where you're at or to grip, just to hang onto the bike better. And as bikes are getting more powerful and stuff, this is just one extra thing that kind of helps, because if you're trying to hang on with your arms, you're going to get tired, and it doesn't help the way the bike works, I think. So that's my answer.
Yeah. Sounds like a good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your winner?
Oh,
forgot about that.
There's a crucial component of the Rooster Endo that we have not decided yet. Well, I will lead off by saying my winner is the Liana Rivera. With
so
the
I have
cross trainer.
I have a fatal flaw with every single entry tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I literally
not our best batch, huh? Not our best batch.
Well, no, it's not our best batch. I think that KTM is so awesome. The 525.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need anything. So that guy can just go suck it.
There's no lowering kit, so Rock Hardwood has all the stroke. That's all the strokes.
I do like the beta, but I'm worried that the husband forced that in. Did you check the email? Find out who it came from?
Oh, it came from the husband.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Jeff is actually in the chat.
So so is the husband. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those forced things. Jeff's in the chat. Is it Jeff or Jay Moreau? Ricky, do you know this donkey?
No, I don't know.
It seems like a Baja guy. I thought he was on one of your Baja rides. No. So we don't know. So he's got fake names going. We got two different names, or like normal, Matt typed the name in wrong.
I just copy and paste it.
and then we have Tyler, who we're just going to disqualify in principle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's between Jeff or Jay and Leanne. Mm-hmm. What does Ricky say?
Well, that bike's for sale, so.
Oh, he's not going to get any parts for it. Okay,
but he does have a Husky. He said,
yeah, a 17 Husky.
Oh, and that's what he might need to submit that thing next week.
Oh, but Leanne also has a 17 Husky. Wait, they both have
17 Huskies. Well, like Leanne's leaning on her new bike.
Yeah.
I think that I'm going Leanne. That's what I'm just saying.
I'm thinking Leanne.
Yep. What do you say, Ricky?
That's 2 out of 3, so she wins.
Okay. You were going to pick Jeff?
No, I don't know. I'm kind of like in the middle. I don't know who to pick, but you guys already have 2, and my vote shouldn't even matter.
Oh, you could throw it in there where I could change my vote. This happens all the time.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Yeah, Leanne or her husband reach back out,
and then we'll get you set up. And then Eric, you can actually submit short videos that need to be about a minute or less. And you can send those videos to Matt at jimmylewisoffroad.com.
Yeah. So we'll take video submissions as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Ricky has done the most video submissions.
He's trying to sell a lot of bikes.
Yeah.
I got a new video. I got a new video I could do for you guys next week.
Another bike for sale.
Yes.
What's your dad selling?
One out of the back pocket.
So
2003 CR250.
2-stroke.
Yeah, building it.
Oh, you're building it.
Yeah.
2003. So that's 97 was aluminum frame. So that's one of the good. I'm trying to think because they went good and bad and good and bad. Does it have electronic power valve?
No.
It's a mechanical power valve.
Yeah.
Then that's a good one. Yeah, that's probably worth some money. So, okay, I think we have some other questions. What is?
So wait, no, I think it's an electronic power valve.
Oh, it is. Then we're I don't know, they're a little sketchy.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
one of the best things.
There's a plug on the back of it.
A plug on the back of the power valve.
No, like on the.
There's a servo motor.
Yes.
The power valve is actually mechanical in the engine, but it runs cables up to a little servo motor.
Check your phone right now.
Check my phone. Okay, I'm checking my phone. Send me a picture. Oh, wait, that's where it's at right now?
It's at our house.
Holy, look at that thing. Yeah, it's got the RC valve. And that doesn't stand for Ricky Carmichael because he hated it also. I remember I spent literally like 3 days at a track trying to jet one of these things, only to find out that the Honda engineers had engineered into the ECU traction control.
Really?
Yeah. And so if it sensed that the rate of RPM increase was too fast for quote what they thought traction was, it would do something. I don't know. I think it was with the power valve. It would actually shut the power valve down.
Really? Huh.
And so imagine you're coming out of a turn. You're gonna do a jump out of the inside of a turn, like double jump out of the inside of a turn, and you knew that you were going to spin the wheel coming out of the turn, and then when you got on the jump face, it was going to grab traction and go.
Mm-hmm.
So you come out of the turn, you spin the wheel up. Right when you think it's going to grab traction, it cuts the power, and it goes boom.
It sounds really horrible in Supercross.
And we thought it was a jetting thing.
Yeah.
We thought it was a jetting thing. It was horrible.
All right, guys.
So, anyways, Ricky, hey, thanks a lot for coming on the show. I'm sure we'll see this bike on Roost or Endo next week. Are you selling this bike to me? Is that what you're trying?
No.
Are you riding? Are you going to ride this bike?
Yeah, dude. Once it's together.
Okay.
Curly Stoker was asking, not Curly, Eric Featherstone was actually asking Ricky, are you going to race Samuels on that 250?
Does he have one?
I'll race Samuels, but not Mark Tilley.
Oh, you can't beat Mark?
Dude, he's fast.
I used to be able to beat him back in the day, back when I was fast. I think he was a novice, just a kid. Wow. So, okay. Hey, Ricky, thanks a bunch for coming on. We'll see you soon. Hopefully you glue back together and we'll be back at it.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay. See you soon.
See you, Ricky.
Hey, guys.
Okay. Let's go to Lee Graham's question.
Okay. So his first question is regarding oil weights. So question number one is, I'm sure some oil companies have come up in the past, but hear me out. Oil questions. I am looking at your opinion. I'm looking for your opinion since you have so many KTM 4-strokes, and I just bought a 2020 FE350S, and the dealer is pushing MotorX 10W50 hard at $28 a liter. I want your opinion on viscosity. Is 2040 okay? And is the synthetic a must? And what brands do you use?
Okay, so this is my standard oil answer. Thanks, Chris Reel, for coaching me up on this. Having oil in your motorcycle is probably the best thing to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to start there. Because this is most of the problems that result from oil result from not having oil in the motorcycle. So there we go. The next thing is we're looking at like, okay, yeah, the dealer's pushing the recommended oil that the manual, you can't go wrong with this. There's no way that you can go wrong by running the manufacturer suggested oil at the manufacturer suggested level with the manufacturer suggested intervals. That's generally is about as safe as you can get. Now, are there different, more affordable options, different ways to go? Absolutely. I have been known to run especially my 4-strokes, a lot of the 15W40 diesel oils. What was the one that was kind of like famous for a while?
Oh, Rotella.
Rotella. So everybody's
Rotellas for a while.
Everybody's running Rotella. Delvac. I actually was running, I think it was Dello most of the time because I could get it less expensive. And I think in the time that I was running it, there were some people that I knew that knew a lot about oil that did some tests, and they said this stuff is the stuff. And then what's funny is I actually did some stuff with, no, I can't talk about this. So there's another thing. Another group came that we did some stuff, and that's what they ran. I was like, wow, really? Because I knew what it was. So, but having the oil in there, and there's certain characteristics. So even in doing some other testing, so Recluse came out with an oil because they used to recommend the Rotella. Then Recluse came out with oil and they started recommending that. Well, they actually put some modifications into the base stock to make the oil work better with their clutches. And guess what? It did.
Really?
It definitely made a Recluse clutch. If you went from running a 1540 or a Motor X or whatever, because I went from one to another, and it actually made the clutch work better. How did it work as far as lubricating the parts inside the motor? Because the interesting thing about a motorcycle, it's different from a car, is that you're lubricating a transmission and your motor and the top end components, the cam, the pistons, the crank. And you have to mix in a transmission to this. So there's some constraints that go back and forth. In the Motor X, I'm sure that most of the motorcycle specific oils are designed to do both of this. Kind of like the Recluse one is designed to take into consideration an automatic clutch, or the automatic clutch is what it is. So, just put oil in your motorcycle. If you got an extra, if you want to pay double for what the regular oil is, that's fine. If I had an oil sponsor, I would tell you to run their oil. If it was good oil that I could trust running, I would say that's the best oil. Because, not that it's, how do I put this? I would like to promote their product if I knew it was a really good product. And we've had this discussion with some oil companies because some oil companies make some really good stuff. And it's like, yeah, but how do we get to the point where like, I know what the facts are, and I've run my stuff on cheap stuff. I've run it on expensive stuff. And have I seen a net marketable difference? No, but I'll tell you that if you run this, the list of oils that you can run in your motorcycle and you'll never have a problem is very long and large. Now, if you have some crazy ass specific need, like you're running it at 10 tenths, you're just riding the crap out of it, my list will get shorter. If you decide you want to go way beyond the service limits, my list gets shorter based on my experience. If you decide that, you want to run your motor low on oil, then the list gets shorter on what I would put in there. There's some oils that work better at certain things like this, but so don't stress out on the oil. Just put oil in your motor. Change it often. We'll call it. We'll say often. And you can look at the color of the oil, which will generally give you an idea of your engine health, and your oil filters will tell you a lot about how your oil's working as well. So there we go.
Okay. So
that's my oil diatribe tonight.
There we go. Quick follow-up question with that.
Hey, Clinton, thanks. I'm glad that you forced your wife to watch this horrible podcast. Watch a podcast.
But hey, best motorcycle podcast in the front.
Right.
No, so actually,
thanks a lot. Hey, we really, we do appreciate all the viewers and everybody kind of checking our stuff out. And hopefully you get something valuable from this. You contributing, asking questions, you putting your bike into the Roost or Endo, it all helps make this a better show. And so we thank you. We really, really do enjoy the participation.
Yeah.
So
our viewers and listeners do make this show.
And we made Eric Featherston cry.
There we go. That's actually laughing, but
that's laughing.
Laughing
so hard he's crying.
Yeah. So my
tears of pain.
My follow-up question with the viscosities and stuff. So I have heard you might want to run a thicker viscosity like in the summer months to try and keep the engine cooler. I have never really put a whole lot of stock into that, but in your testing, have you ever found that?
So motors, I've done some stuff that involved this. Mm-hmm. So motors tend to, once they're warmed up and running, run at a certain temperature. Mm-hmm. And once they're up and running, generally you're okay. It's the when they start up when they're cold. Mm-hmm. So and it's more critical in the winter when the oil really thickens up. And it's just from some of our bikes, like have a hard time cranking and starting in the morning. Like that's where that winter viscosity actually kind of can help this sort of stuff to allow it to crank up, but also lubricate it so it doesn't not lubricate. It doesn't go through the pumps. It doesn't blow through the oil filter, all the bad things. So I think the viscosity in the beginning and these are better questions for somebody that's more scientific to answer about like really what it does. Mm-hmm. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're starting your bike up and you're warming it up right and doing all these things, there's been tests where people show with certain types of oil you can get more horsepower. Mm-hmm. But is that horsepower like when the motor's warm or medium or super hot?
Yeah, yeah.
And if your bike's getting super hot, there's another problem. The oil's trying to solve the problem, but the oil does become part of the cooling system when bikes get really, really hot. Mm-hmm. Because generally when you start overheating your bike, it's from the clutch, the heat generated in the clutch, and that heat gets into the oil and in the cases and it travels, and then you're circulating this super hot oil all through your motor. And that's, and your cooling system is trying to cool it down. So there's interlining. Oh, Mark Daniels is still waiting on that t-shirt. I thought I sent it. Did I send that one? Mark, you're gonna have to hit me offline on that one. There's a 50% chance I screwed up with a 90% accuracy rate on that statement.
So I'll ask you Lee's second question. So is there any training that you would recommend indoors on or off the bike that he could do so he can have a head start come springtime? And he says, thanks for the Tech Talk Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on that training. So, those balance drills that we do?
Yeah.
So we have this beginner rider online course, $40. And we have some drills in there that are stationary drills.
A lot of them are stationary.
Yeah, they're stationary drills that most people just take for granted. And I know expert riders that can't do some of these beginner level drills because they bypassed it. And if they did, then they would realize a lot of the problems with their riding. So some of these drills that we talk about in our beginner rider courses would absolutely help you off the bike, on the bike, in the winter, in your garage, whatever. That's one thing. And then as far as working out, I've always been 100% like the best thing you can do to help you for your riding is do riding, but if you can't go riding, then it becomes back to cardiovascular stuff, whether it's a stationary bike or, being able to run on a treadmill or something like that, anything to get your heart rate up and just learn about your body, how it responds to, what it feels like when you start redlining. Mm-hmm. And it's more important in my world, it's more important to realize what it feels like to start redlining. So when you're on your motorcycle and you're doing something, you start going up there and it's like, oh, hey, I got a taper before you push it. Because once you start really pushing it too hard. So, put yourself in a controlled environment where you're just thinking about one thing and it's like, hey, where is my fitness level at? Like what does it feel like when my heart starts beating too fast, or I can't breathe hard enough, or my muscles, start fatiguing because of those two things.
Yeah.
Which is a combination of those things. But those are the kinds of things I would try to do off the bike. But, off the bike would be learning just about how my body, what it feels like, so I can identify it when I'm on the bike. And then if I'm doing stuff on the bike, it's just balance. Keeping the bike in balance, keeping yourself in balance, and then learning how to feel that too. Because if you have to think about this stuff while you're riding, it's too late. It needs to be an instinctive reaction.
Right.
So, okay.
Cool. Let's just bust out two more really quick.
Right.
So Bill O'Neill, this was on our social media post, 153 PSI on my 2022 KTM 125 XE top end. Should I replace it or send it? I never checked it when it was new. It still runs good, but I can't tell if the power is tapered off. 30 hours and I overheated it once, but no scoring on the cylinder.
So every gauge that you use to check the compression is a little bit different. So you need to have a baseline. The manual will probably tell you what their quote baseline is. I sort of remember 180 PSI being, I haven't done a compression check in years, but I sort of remember this 180 PSI as being like the ideal or the high end of it. So,
but he's saying he can't tell if there's any power it runs good and there's no power tapering off.
If your bike is running as good as it was the day you bought it, you're fine. 35 hours, he says.
30 hours.
30 hours on a 125, you're fine.
Yeah. Especially if it's running fine.
So I ride the crap out of my YZ 125 on deep sand tracks with hill climbs on it. And there's a video someplace where I go up over the top of one of those hills and people are like, you're going to kill that thing. And I'm like, I do that every lap.
Yeah.
And so I go easy 20 hours on a top end, like just super sending it like that. And this is a bike that we're on like fourth or fifth top end. And now I'm starting to worry about bottom ends. So, and I can kind of feel when it starts losing a little bit of power. 125s are pretty easy. You can just kind of feel when they start getting a little, I would call it like sleepy, a little lackadaisical. And I used to take the pipes off all the time because I used to have these nice non-chrome pipes. So the plated steel pipes where you'd have to, so I'd take them off when I wash them and just put a little acid on them, clean them off so they'd have that look. So I was taking my pipe off a lot. So I would actually be looking in my pipe probably every 2 or 3 hours, looking up in the cylinder. And you can actually, on most two strokes, you can start seeing a little bit of blow by on the ring or rings. And mine had rings. There was 2 of them. And then we went to start single ring, and you can actually start seeing the blow by. It's usually on the edge of the exhaust port that sort of starts corresponding with my bike's losing a little bit of power. So take that for what it's worth. I think I would say on a KTM, I had a KTM 144 was the last KTM 125 that I had, that I used to ride a lot. And I was going 35, 40 hours on a top end. So yeah.
Okay. Western Rogers. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about KTM making the XCW TBI for 24? From what I noticed, looking at the all-new TBI engine, is the head has castings on the right side for the port injector, but not the left. Could they be doing a similar setup as the aftermarket community injector and the throttle body and port, meanwhile keeping it oil injection?
So I have no idea what KTM is doing. I would just guess that the TBI, so throttle body injection, when they introduced TPI, the question was, why is it not just a throttle body? And they basically said we couldn't get it to work. Well, obviously they've got it to work now. They understand, and when it had just had to, I think it was just, understanding, learning the how to make it work properly. So I would suspect that they want to unify the parts. They don't want to have extra parts or different parts or whatever. And they've had a good run of TPI, and I wouldn't be surprised because you can the TBI bikes that I rode were, call them early production. They weren't full production, so they were still tuning with it. You can make it run like TPI. You can get that smooth, long power. Maybe not as good, and not as torquey and as smooth, but you can get that with just mapping and stuff. But you can also get this aggressiveness that's hard to get with TPI. So I suspect that they're going to move towards TBI. And if they come up with different itinerations, and so the oil injection comes down to marketing or ease of use. And if they determine that they feel that the EXC customer or XCW customer wants oil injection, it will come with oil injection. If they think that and I don't think this is the case, if they think the XCW customer wants to mix their fuel, it will come with no oil injection. You'll have to mix your fuel. It comes down to how can we sell the most amount of bikes, or what does the customer really want? And is it worth the $15 or $20 in production costs to add that stuff to it? Because right now they've proven that, you can do TBI you can mix your gas. And we've known this with TPI, that you can take the oil injection system off and mix your gas. The oil injector handles this, or the fuel injector handles this sort of thing. So it's, it all comes down to, it's really simple. It's just like what the manufacturer feels like will sell the most amount of bikes and what the customer really wants. So yeah, I think that's the answer.
Okay. Sounds good.
Any more?
We'll call it there, because the other ones can be pushed onto next week. I just wanted to get the ones that were sent in specifically for this show. Right.
We can push those questions off. But anyways, it's past Matt's bedtime. He's had plenty of faults today.
Oh yeah. The first hour.
So
Internet's got better in the second hour, so not nearly as bad.
The internet's fixed your problem.
Yeah.
So again, everybody, thanks for joining in. Good to see you guys in the chat, the people that are chatting in. If you're listening to this on a podcast or something, thank you as well. Join us live sometime. Ask some questions. Talk about some motorcycle stuff with them.
And submit your bikes for Roost or Endo.
Yeah, submit some bikes for Roost or Endo. Thanks again to Taco Mike over at Taco Moto for doing all that stuff for our things. Thanks Double Take Mirrors, Bulletproof Design Seat Concepts. Matt's going to get the hot seat hotline back up and running. We need to get some good giveaways on every show. Oh, you know what I was going to do? The last thing. Product of the week. Product of the week. You thought we'd forgot, and so did I. Anyways, so this is how we answer questions here. Is a viewer a couple shows ago said, hey, what about how do you say it? A Joto?
I think a Joto.
A Tojo? The CD, a Tojo. A Dojo boot. So anyways, this is a CD's high-end boot here.
You can hear it squeaking.
You hear so that is one of the things about this boot, that it is one of the squeakiest boots I've ever worn. So number one. So this is CD's high-end boot. I'm going to move this bottle out of the way here and hold this sucker up to the camera. So I've been wearing this a whole bunch lately because a viewer said, hey, what do you think about this thing? And I kind of had an idea, but I was mostly using it for photos. And I said, well, I haven't been doing photos for a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and start running it. This thing is a whole lot lighter. It feels like it's 3 pounds lighter than the standard Crossfires.
Oh, really?
And so it's probably one of the lightest, if not the lightest, high protection level boot that I've ever worn. It's very light for a high level boot. I've worn some boots that feel light that do not
feel as
you can tell they're not that safe. You can tell they flex and they're just not stiff. It has one less buckle than the regular Crossfire. It has a much bigger Velcro strap up here. Some of the hinging parts it still has a hinge. It's still a hinge boot like this, but some of the lockouts are up on this front toe piece, and then there's locks on the hinge on the back. The biggest thing about this boot from the sizing standpoint, CD has gone to feels like a wider foot platform, and they may have done this on their Crossfires as well, because it seems like the same base bottom of the boot that's built off, but they finally widened it up a little bit, which is a large complaint, especially for us Americans with our big fat feet.
Yeah.
I run an 11 as opposed to a 10. I should run a 10, but I run an 11 based on the width. And I honestly, my next set of these, I'm getting a 10 because I want it to be a little bit, smaller, but then just the proper fit toe to heel. So their sizing is getting a little bit better. The interesting thing about this bike, this boot, is CD boots in general break in very quick and easy. Like the Crossfires, you put them on and they feel like they're broken in one ride. This boot, I kept going, it's not broken in, it's not broken in, it's not broken in. Still to this day, I don't feel like it's as broken in as a
Crossfire.
And it's mostly because of the hinging, the way that it moves. The only time I feel this though is when I'm off the bike walking around where it's squeaky and stuff. Trust me, when I'm on a motorcycle, I don't hear this.
Yeah.
But the overall, it just doesn't feel as like loose in the hinging. And then when I started riding and I realized I don't notice this at all. It seems to, do what it needs to do as far as a boot. It's really rigid and stiff, kind of like side to side. So if this bike were to flex in, like if you tried to bend your ankle this way or bend, so we're talking side to side. Imagine if your foot is planted on the ground and then you lean from one side to the other, side to side, not forward and back. It's really, really stiff, which I think is a good thing for a motorcycle. I never found a disadvantage to that. Forward and back, I think could be maybe a little bit better because I just don't think it's as fluid. Maybe because of the lockout on the front, and maybe adjusting it a little bit different might make it move a little bit more. But in the grand scheme of things, I just felt like it was it felt overall like a stiffer boot, which CDs already kind of have a lack of feel on the base, on the sole, but now the upper shell starts kind of carrying that over a little bit. So the advantages, lightweight. I think the protection on this thing is world class. It's some of the best protection out there. Disadvantages, maybe not as flexible as some of the others, but it flexes where you need it, especially like unless you're really picky about wanting to feel the rear brake. I think it flexes as far as it needs to for a regular boot. Probably not the best for like off-road, but for motocross, which I think this thing is primarily designed for. If you're like, and especially if you have sore ankles, which I do, I notice when I take this boot off, my ankles don't hurt. So, it's expensive. It's higher end, but it's probably one of the most protective, protective and light. And those two things generally don't go together. So I think that's where they've done pretty good. It could seal a little better up around the lip here, just because it's kind of a little bit stiff. It's like this side of the boot is a little bit stiff. So that's my impression. So somebody asked about this. I gave you an answer. That's the best I could do. Thank goodness you got me to ride an extra 3 times last week because I was testing that boot. So all good. Okay. With that, we're going to shut this show off. Hold on. Consider dropping in some thicker orthotics, which takes up some of that loose feeling in a larger size boot. RL, that is a good idea, except there's the reason I'm in the larger boot is because I'm running out of room in certain areas and I can't take up any of that room with the orthotic. So I've tried that before, but it just seems like the right fitting boot. How does it fit with knee braces is a good question. I never wore it with knee braces. So I was always wearing a knee pad. It would be, I've worn knee braces before, and just because of where the lower part of the knee brace generally is, I think it's going to be knee brace / boot specific, depending on your size and everything like that, how it'll fit. I don't think that it would be that much different, based on a knee brace. It's that Velcro is pretty good. It just feels like it needs to loosen up around that really upper top third of that boot. Feels like it needs to loosen up or break in a little bit. So, 16 hours straight. Yeah. So Mark Daniels agrees with the Crossfires. on just first day use they're amazing. That's like the best breaking in boot I've ever had. The CD Crossfires, it's just like they're a certain way the first day and they're the same way 2 years later. They're just really good.
Nice
all around boots. So, okay, everybody, that's it. Matt's got to go to bed.
bedtime.
Okay. So we will see you out on the trail.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.